Happy Thursday, everybody. It's week 15 of Fantasera football. I survived all 3 of my leagues, my first round of playoffs, so that was really exciting. I'm super nervous about this week. I am having a mental breakdown about who to start between Lamar Jackson and Jared Goff, and I'm just going to stick with Lamar Jackson because he's carried me the entire year, and if I go out, I'd rather go out because he gets taken out halfway through the game because the Ravens are going to blow out the Jets or whatever. I don't want to lose because of Jared Goff. So I'm sticking with that. I'm also doing something a little different this week on the video because I just had a crazy day. I have so much stuff that I still need to get done, and I just don't have time to do the individual clips that I usually do and then edit them. It's very time consuming. So I am just going to read my start, sits, and sleepers off of my notes. So this is what my notes look like. I print out the schedule, obviously, the team stats for passing and rushing, and then I do some notes on injury reports as well. So here we go. This is just going to be one continuous video, no edits. If I mess up, I mess up. This is it. All right, so for my starts at quarterback, my first one I'm going to have is Baker Mayfield. That would have been edited out of a normal video. Baker Mayfield at Arizona. The Browns are sad. I put $20 on them to win the Super Bowl before the season started. Clearly not going to happen, but Arizona, still a terrible pass defense. Jarvis Landry has been doing pretty good for the Browns. I don't know what happened to Odell Beckham Jr., but I do have Baker Mayfield as a start. His performance against Cincinnati should have been better, but like I said, this is a good matchup at Arizona. Cardinals are still giving up the most passing yards per game at 294 and the most passing touchdowns at 32. My second start at quarterback is going to be Ryan Tannehill versus Houston. So he just threw for 391 yards and 3 touchdowns against Oakland. Houston's pass defense is practically identical, and Ryan Tannehill has been on fire. Jared Goff is my third start. I do think he's going to have a good game at Dallas. I personally just can't start him over Lamar Jackson. So the Cowboys as a team are pretty much in decline. The Rams offense seems to be looking like they have figured it out. I don't know why they don't give the ball to Todd Gurley 50 times a game, but that's on them. Okay, now going into my sits at quarterback, I have Matt Ryan at San Francisco. So the 49ers are keeping teams to an average of 150 passing yards per game. It's kind of a boom or bust with me for Matt Ryan because you never know if he is going to go into a shootout with another team or if he's just going to be god-awful. Kirk Cousins is my second sit at LA. The Chargers are still currently ranked 4th in pass defense, and they are keeping teams to under 200 passing yards per game. They're ranked 17th in rush defense, allowing opposing rushers an average of 108 rushing yards per game. So I would think that Dalvin Cook is going to be the big player in that game. Adam Thielen is still listed as questionable with a hamstring. Again, just more reasons to run the ball. And my final sit at quarterback is going to be Josh Allen at Pittsburgh. Struggled against the Ravens last week, but that's expected. But the Pittsburgh defense has been crazy. Ever since they got Fitzpatrick, he's just stepped up their entire defense. Pittsburgh's defense also has 18 interceptions on the year so far. My sleeper at quarterback is Eli Manning. My least favorite Manning, one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the entire game, but he didn't do that bad at Philly. I like that this game's at home. This could be Eli Manning's last game in the stadium for the New York Giants, so maybe he goes out with a bang. Maybe this is his grand finale. He's got receivers healthy. He's got Sterling Shepard. He's got Golden Tate. He's got Darius Slayton, Saquon Barkley. They should dominate this game. It's Miami. You guys know what should happen against the Miami Dolphins. Okay, made it through quarterbacks. Whew, this is really hard doing this just nonstop. Okay, my starts at running back. So I have James White and Sony Michel because I have Sony Michel and I'm just trying to be optimistic. Sony Michel had 2 carries last game. I think he's only had 1 carry within 10 yards in the last 4 games. It's sad, but they're playing Cincinnati. Cincinnati is ranked dead last in rush defense. I feel like James White or Sony Michel is a solid start, and that's what I'm hoping for because I'm starting him. Saquon Barkley versus Miami is going to be a start for me. I don't know why. Same thing with the Giants. The reason I don't know why the Rams don't give Todd Gurley the ball 50 times a game. I don't know why the Giants don't give Saquon Barkley the ball 50 times a game. Have you seen this dude's quads? He could run through a freaking train. So Dolphins, again, ranked second to last in rush defense. This could be a breakout game for Saquon Barkley. He hasn't really had one yet. Again, I just think this game is going to be all Giants. I think there's going to be a lot of energy in there because people know that this could be Eli Manning's last game. That's what I'm counting on. Chris Carson is my third start at Carolina. I hope he has a terrible game because I'm playing against him in 2 leagues this week for the second round of playoffs. But Carolina has allowed the most rushing touchdowns this season at 24. And Devontae Freeman, who hasn't done anything all year, rushed for 84 yards and a touchdown against them. The Seahawks could clinch a playoff berth, so Carson should be running hard. This is good motivation for them. Should be a good game. My sits at running back, my first one's going to be Mark Ingram versus the Jets. I do think that this game is going to be a blowout for the Ravens tonight, but the Jets defense is still holding up against the run for the most part. The difference is they haven't seen a Mark Ingram and Lamar Jackson. But again, Lamar Jackson has that quad injury. We don't know what he's going to be like, if he's going to be staying in the pocket more, trying to pass. So that's why I have Mark Ingram as a sit. I have Joe Mixon as a sit against New England. The Patriots have only allowed 6 rushing touchdowns all year, and the Patriots cheated again, so they already know what's coming. Come on. You had to cheat again for the Bengals. The Bengals. I can't with the Patriots. I can't wait for them to suck. And my third sit at running back is all of the Lions running backs at Tampa Bay. We found out throughout the season that if you want to beat Tampa Bay, you do it through the air, not on the ground. Tampa Bay's rush defense is solid. I wouldn't even touch a Lions running back at all this week. And my sleeper is going to be Phillip Lindsay at Kansas City. He is averaging over 15 touches per game. Struggled against the Chiefs in week 7, but that was before the Broncos actually had a quarterback that was productive. So, should be a little better this week. And going into wide receivers, my first start is going to be Jarvis Landry at Arizona. As I said, Arizona's pass defense is terrible. The Browns are terrible too, but Jarvis Landry seems to be the only one doing anything on that team as far as receiving. D.D. Westbrook at Oakland. He only has 1 touchdown this season, but I do think this is an opportunity for a big game, especially DJ Chark is likely out. So D.D. Westbrook should be the first receiver that they're looking for on offense. My third start, A.J. Brown versus Houston. Again, just had a huge game against the Raiders, 153 yards and 2 touchdowns. As I said earlier, Houston and Oakland pretty much have identical pass defense, and they both suck. So my first sit at wide receiver is going to be Juju Smith-Schuster and James Washington versus Buffalo. I'm just not confident in Devlin Hodges against the Bills defense. Juju Smith-Schuster is just getting back from his injury. We don't even know what he's going to be like. James Washington, unfortunately, not projected to do much, so I've benched him as well. I have Stephon Diggs at LA as a sit, the same reason I have Kirk Cousins as a sit. It seems like anytime I tell you guys to sit Kirk Cousins or Stephon Diggs, they go off for like 30 points. So maybe just do the opposite on that, okay? All the research, everything that I've seen says sit Kirk Cousins, sit Stephon Diggs. So they'll probably go off again for that 4 touchdown game that they had, I don't know what, like 4 or 5 weeks ago. It'll probably happen again. So, just do the opposite of what I say. My last sit is going to be Cole Beasley at Pittsburgh. Again, like I said, the Pittsburgh defense has really stepped up. I think the Bills are going to rely on their defense to win this game, not their offense. I don't see Josh Allen really doing anything much against the Pittsburgh defense, especially in Pittsburgh. And my sleeper at wide receiver is going to be Isaiah Ford at the New York Giants. He had 6 receptions on 9 targets for 92 yards last week against the Jets, and he will be the top wide receiver threat since Devontae Parker and Albert Wilson both suffered concussions in week 14. So they're both out. So if you are looking for a wide receiver, if you just need anybody, Isaiah Ford at New York is my wide receiver sleeper. Woo! We did it. I will still put my parlay up at the end of this video. I have so much that I need to do today. It's not even funny. But I can't wait for this game. I need Lamar Jackson to keep carrying me through the playoffs. Thank you guys again for always watching these videos. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, follow me on Instagram at FantaseraFootball2019. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I always put the link in the description when I post these videos on Facebook, and the link is in my bio on my Instagram page. So good luck in all your fantasy leagues. I hope you're still in the playoffs. I hope you make it all the way to the championship, unless you're playing against me. I need to win. I'm in all three. My chances of winning at least one are improving. Good luck, you guys. I'll see you next Thursday.